do
exactly.
this.
Exactly. Yeah. And we work best when we just wing it,
Yeah.
and we just say, okay, because it's healing and it's coaching. There might be a little bit of teaching, but most of the teaching is in wisdom school or people like you already had the teaching. So we don't need to do a lot of that. There might be a little bit of nudging and fine tuning, but mostly it's like, oh, okay, there's a new block that just reared its ugly little head. I thought I was done with that. Now there's another level of that sucker to heal.
Yeah.
So sometimes there's some healing, and then there's definitely the coaching. So a lot of it is, there's way more coaching in the DAGA. I can't coach 30 people in wisdom school in one session. It's just not possible. So it's not possible.
Yeah.
That's why DAGA is small. It's small, and that way we can coach every single one of you.
Yes.
And you have accountability steps, and then you have also the inspiration from each other. I mean, I'm looking at what's happening even with you and Gayle on the 2 sessions we had so far, where you're sparking off each other, and you're getting good feedback, so that's the beauty of like a mastermind, especially with a sisterhood, goddess kind of mastermind like that.
This is just a thought. And I'm just trying to come up with something that would fit Gayle in better. I was kind of hoping, because this is Saturday for her, is that not right?
That is correct. This is Saturday for her.
So, if she was in agreement, you know what I'm saying? I know I don't like the afternoon or evenings, but if it was, you know what I mean? If it was where it would be a decent time of day for her that it would work, I'm open to, doing it on the weekend or whatever.
Right.
For her week to make it, come out right.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it works better for the one that she attends to have it on Saturday once a month. Right. And that would, if she's okay with it being her Sunday, and it is only once a month, so it's not like it's taking up all her Sundays or anything,
Right. And if she's good with that, I'm more than willing to try to.
Thank you. Yeah, you have a little work on the weekend, because then you don't have like this, because Aiden's going to be going back to school in a couple of weeks.
Right.
And then it's like he comes home from school and he needs attention. Even though he's a teenager, it's still, there's the noise in the background and it's a little bit different, So, so I'm totally fine with that. And we'll see also what works for Anna, also, because it might be that Anna comes to the 2 Gayle doesn't come to, because I'm just looking at I'm looking at the time. Australia and Europe, I don't think they play as well together.
No, they don't.
So, you know what I mean? So I think it might have to be like you and Gayle 1 a month, and then you and Anna 2 a month, and that'll be fine,
no, that's good. And honestly, earlier is better for me. Other than, like I said, I'm going to the chiropractor basically Monday through Thursday for 9 o'clock.
Right.
So as long as it doesn't interfere with that, I'm good,
Right, exactly. So Fridays might be a little better for you.
Well, I don't have any commitments, so that's like an open day.
Right, exactly. So I'm going to take a note of that, and then we can check in and see what's helpful for you today. And you're moving forward with your website, and you also have a lot of time going toward the chiropractor and your mom and stuff. I want to keep moving forward.
Yes, and actually, I am feeling better, even though my body is like she said, it's a process, and there'll be times that, we're going to judge by the way you feel and what hurts today that didn't hurt yesterday, and, that kind of getting it all in alignment, so I feel better in a lot of ways. Mm-hmm. And just to tell you, I have these little toe things that are for bunions.
Yeah.
Okay. And there are 2, this is what they call the indoor ones, and then the ones I have on right now are outdoor ones. They're a little smaller.
Your toes go on the sides,
yes, and it makes it kind of, this is a wedge in between, so it makes it line up. And I had surgery on my left foot, but I didn't on my right foot. So I'm kind of anxious to see, if it will really help. Mm-hmm. So I'm wearing the ones in the daytime and sleeping in these at night. Mm-hmm. And plus, she's doing all the adjusting that she's doing. with my neck, my back, my hips, the whole thing. So
Right.
a lot is actually going on, to be honest.
Yeah.
It really is. And in a weird way, like I said, I feel better. And I really hope that when I'm done with this, that I will be in a place where I can be just quote unquote normal again.
Oh yeah, yeah. Not
you,
have
you know what
physical
I mean?
limitations. You won't have
Exactly.
physical
Yes.
limitations. Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
honestly, I know it's kind of a shame because it's like I've been wanting to get stuff done for so long. But being as it's already the 19th of July, once he goes back to school, it, my days will be
Freer. Yeah.
more my own again.
Right.
And so I'm just kind of at this point, I'm like, you know what? It's good. Let this stuff percolate in your head, what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, once he goes back to school, then I should have more time that I can sit down and, okay, this is actually work on my stuff time,
Right. Right.
And
And
plus we'll have the Lionsgate coming up, and you know what I mean? There'll be a
Mhm.
lot going on. So I'm trying, that's sort of the way I'm looking at it, is you just let all this stuff in my mind percolate in the meantime. But once he's actually, back in the normal routine, maybe I'll be able to actually accomplish things again.
Right. I kind of feel like what we need to do today, and I want to see what you think, of course, is we're going to do a prayer. We're going to bring in our guides and our support. And I'm almost feeling like we want to look at more big picture, like, because we know that you have some nitty gritty hands-on nuts and bolts stuff to do, but like you said, you're going to be better able and mentally more focused to do that in a few weeks when Aiden goes back to school and you start to get into that fall groove. So it feels like now might be a good time to expand and kind of go, okay, what are some of, aside from getting this ICAM page and your other readings page, stuff updated. So we'll just like envision it's a month or two from now, and you probably won't even take that long, you know what I mean? But we're there, it's September, and you've got your internet stuff, like the storefront is ready.
Yes,
exactly. It's like, okay, the storefront is ready. So then it becomes a question of, how do I attract people to the storefront?
Right.
Who are my tribe? Where are they hanging out? And we need a marketing plan, and we need an energy plan, for calling them in, So, and there's so many strategies nowadays. There's literally like dozens of strategies. And I know we're all on a lot of the email lists, and there's all these calls and challenges and Facebook groups and all this stuff about all these different strategies. And people tend to find one or two strategies that they really like. And then sometimes they teach that. They go, oh, hey, I'm doing really well with this strategy, so I'm going to teach that. But the fact is, you don't need to do every single strategy. You just need like one or two at first that work for you. And it changes because the tech, especially with an online-based business, the tech changes. So the hot thing used to be this, and now for the next year or two, it becomes this, and then it becomes this. But what we want is, here's what I like to see happen for you. And I'm redesigning from the ground up to in my own business to get to the next level. So is something to improve. Is what we want is the basic pieces that are always important. Right. So we want to have some social media presence that represents you well. And even one or two places. I mean, Facebook is the big one. You kind of have to have Facebook. And then you can pick what your other one is. Your other one, I don't tend to recommend LinkedIn too much for spiritual, intuitive people.
That's
it's
like
more
old.
Businessy. And it's more like, it's more left brain. And, so it's kind of like, Twitter, if you love Twitter, some people love Twitter. I'm not a Twitter girl because I don't like trying to fit into 140 characters.
I know.
I just feel, and then it feels cut off because it's not my thing. Twitter's just not my thing. I have a couple thousand people on there, but I hardly ever do anything with it. I just have my Facebook set up so it automatically tweets.
Exactly. That's what I do too.
It just doesn't do anything. I just don't really put any attention into it. Pinterest. Some people love Pinterest. I personally really like Instagram. So
I was gonna say I do better with
my
that one, I
recommendation,
think.
I feel like Facebook and Instagram are
Yeah.
more the way to go, and especially now that Facebook owns Instagram,
Yeah.
so they play
Yeah.
really nicely together. And what I
Yeah.
learned recently too is if you do a video,
Mhm.
do it on Instagram,
Yes.
short ones,
Yes.
start it on Instagram, then post it to your Facebook group, your Facebook page, your Facebook
Yes.
profile. Then from there, once it's on Facebook, then you forward it to other people's groups and
Right.
like
Right.
that. And you can put it on your YouTube, you can put it in your email, So what we want to do is get these like basics in place. Facebook is not going to go away. Email is
Right.
not going to go away. Even though
Right.
people say, oh, email is a dinosaur, there are still people who open their emails,
Right.
and there are
Right.
still people who would rather have an email than a Facebook
Well,
Messenger.
without it, how do you get your receipts and things that you might
Yeah,
need, you know?
right. Yeah, I mean, email is part of modern life. It's not going
Yeah.
to disappear. So we
Yeah.
we want to have a gift, at least like get one
Right.
funnel in place. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
Eventually, you're going to have more than one funnel. But
Yes.
just get one in place. We have a free gift. They opt in. They get a few emails. I mean, at the very minimum, one email because they have to have their gift. But
Right.
ideally, 3 emails or 5 emails. You have like a little campaign. And then
Yeah.
also that pipes them into your social networks. Your social networks pipe
Right.
to the gift on the email. So they cross-reference each other nicely.
Right. Right.
And there's
Yes.
different ways we can look at the gift, like, what that gift is, right? So we want to do the stuff that's like the basic stuff that we know is always going to get you some bang for your buck and
Right.
in place. Then we want to do something that's the hot and juicy thing.
Yes.
So right now, the hot and juicy things are Facebook challenges,
Yeah.
Instagram videos, and IGTV. The more you can do with Instagram with video. I'm not an expert on it, but I know that definitely gets a lot more views.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Post. So we know this. And Facebook Lives and Facebook groups.
Yes.
Facebook just came out with, they had a meeting of all the Facebook, programmers, like their annual big, huge thing, like last week with 5,000 developers, 5,000 Facebook, whiz kids, right?
Yeah.
And one of the big outcomes from that is that they're emphasizing groups even more.
Okay.
So it's really important. You might want to just consider, this is part of what we're looking at for big picture.
Right.
Look at creating a group, and you look at, Tony, our beautiful beloved Tony, and she started her group just a few months ago, and it's growing nicely, and she keeps feeding it, and you're in there too, and you see that she's putting nice posts and stuff. And it takes time to build the group and build the community. I look now at people who started their Archangel Michael group 5-6 years ago, and they have like 50,000 people, right?
Right.
And I'm like, oh my God, if only I had done that 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But you just start where you're at,
Yes.
So the sooner you start having a Facebook group, the more it will grow, and honestly, people are way more engaged in a Facebook group than they are with email. But you still have to have the email just because it's a foundational piece. Right. But, the Facebook group, it's like it becomes literally like a tribe. It becomes a place that they hang out, So I would recommend you could just focus on the Facebook to start if you want. Right. And then maybe after you got your Facebook group and you've got some momentum going, then we look at building more in for the Instagram, or you could do it the other way around if you feel like.
I was going to say the Instagram seems to be easier. You know what I mean?
We could do that. We could do it that way too. We could just say, hey, let's get some pop for the Instagram, and and then but the sooner you get a Facebook group going, the better.
I get it. It's just sometimes it's like, you know how it is when so much is going on in your life, and it's like, how am I supposed to sit there and feed that every day?
Yeah. So right now it's kind of more like percolating. Yeah. Of, if I were to have a Facebook group, that let's say I started it even in September or October,
Right.
What would maybe the theme be, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we want to try to have a theme that's focused enough that it feels unique, that it's not just like heal your life with Roxann, or, you know,
Right.
something generic. Everyone says, live your dream, you know, it's like blah, blah,
Right.
blah. You know,
Yeah.
something specific enough that's unique. But if you're thinking, I don't want to have 5 Facebook groups, you know, I have 3, and right now 3 is like a lot of juggling. Which is
Yes.
why I resisted starting an angel group for a long time, because I knew once I started, I'd have to feed that.
Yes.
But now I'm enjoying it. And of course, now that we have the wisdom school, it makes perfect sense to have a tribe, to have a free group that it's like a feeder, you know,
Right.
a paid program.
Right.
So you almost want to reverse engineer it. It's like we're doing the coaching now, which is great.
Yes.
You want to reverse engineer it. Okay. What could be, in addition to one-on-one private practice sessions with people,
Mm-hmm.
if you were to teach a course, if you were to have a group program,
Right.
what might that topic be? This is what we want to percolate on.
Right.
And from that topic, you go, okay, well, if I'm going to do a paid program on this, then you want to do a free group.
Maybe like a 5-day challenge or something.
Exactly. The group can be based around a challenge that plants those seeds and gives them a lot of the why this thing is important, gives them some inspirational stories, tells your story, and gives them some tips. A little bit of experiential, but not so much experiential that they don't need or want the paid program.
Right. Right.
You know? So, and I can help you find that balance and, you know, that kind of thing. So, yeah. And, you know, challenge would be great. It'll be good timing if you do a challenge maybe like a month after I do, because I'm meeting with my VA about doing my first Facebook challenge in August. Okay. We're going to plan it in August, and we're probably going to do it in September. So if you did yours in October, you'd be a month after me. I'd already have done it, and then I can share tips with you. You know, one of the gals out there, Alina Vincent, I'm not an affiliate or anything.
That sounds familiar.
She has she's kind of like the Facebook Live challenge.
Is she like a writer or something, or she does something with writing?
Not sure what she does with writing, but she definitely is like the person about Facebook challenges right now. And I'm in her group, you know, and I've attended some of her webinars and, you know, stuff like that. And she's got some cool stuff, but, you know, it's a fast way, and it's hot. People like that. They like immersing. I think 5 days is a good length.
Yes.
Because it's long enough that, you know, that you run it Monday through Friday.
Right.
You know, it's just 1 week, and boom, you know, you got hundreds more people in your tribe, and then you follow up and you have an offer. So you want to have I would recommend not doing the Facebook challenge until you know what your offer is.
Yes.
You have to have the offer ready. You have to have the program. Right. Even if the program doesn't have to start immediately. Right. It can start a week later or a month later. Right. You know, but you have to at least know where you're going. You know, have a sales page for it. It could be a simple sales page, but you need to know what that offer is, the benefits of that, and then you structure the challenge so that it's a natural next step for them.
Yes, this is the thing for you to sign up.
I'm on a roll with this, and
let's keep
going. More of this, so I'm going to do this program. It sounds perfect, you know. So this is the thing to percolate is, what might I want to teach? And I would totally ask your angels to guide you on that. Do you want to do a process on that today? Or do you want to just kind of run with that on your own? How do you feel?
I don't know, that might be good. Or let's just check in when we're checking in, you know. What do y'all think about that?
Right. See, yeah, exactly. And just kind of open those floodgates, open up that, you know, clairaudience more for like, okay, give me the title of this program, you know, give me clue me in on these arrows of, you know, what are the main things that I'm helping people with, and how many weeks long is the paid program? Is it a 5-week program? Is it a 12-week program? Right. You know, is it a kind of quickie, you know, 1 month, 30-day thing, or, you know, like that. Right. So exactly. So,
and you know what I find with that is, I mean, I guess as the teacher, it's probably better being the teacher if you have a finite thing and okay, this class goes on for 4 weeks, and then once it's over, I archive the Facebook page or whatever. But like, I don't know, I find sometimes when they're short, if I get behind or miss something, it's like almost impossible to catch up before it's over,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So in that case, sometimes like a little bit longer, I think, is nicer, because if you get behind, you could still try to catch up and get in before it's all done.
Right.
But then you don't want it to go too long, because it's like, okay, geez, I want to do something new. Let's move on to something different,
And your live paid program, depending upon your level of depth with it, right. If it's all not too high priced and you're just kind of moving them through quickly, then you can take a little break, and then you can mark it again for another month, and then you can do it again. Like my business coach, she has a 21-day thing, and she did it the first time. She had a certain number of people. Then she doesn't give herself much of a break. She's like a push. I think she needs to sometimes slow the fuck down a little bit.
Yeah.
She's like, she gave it a rest for like 2 weeks, and then she was like in marketing mode again. And then the second time she did it, though, she didn't have nearly as many people, because I think she promoted it a little too quickly. She needed a little bit more of a rest,
let it build a little bit before you
let that building buzz a little bit more. Exactly. So like, she could optimally, I think she should do her thing like 4 times a year.
Yeah.
If you do it like, you're running it for a month, and then you have a month of sort of let it settle, and then you have a month of filling, and then you do it again for a month, and you can kind of do that like 4 times a year. Like, hey, this is the fall group,
Yeah. Well, I think once a season.
Once a season, exactly.
Spring is here. Let's have a new fresh beginning.
Exactly. You got your fall.
Summer is warm. Let's do fall, then winter. I mean, I hate the sound, but you could like save. I mean, maybe not always, but like the winter, do the shadow work stuff.
Right.
But in the spring, people want that nice fresh green.
Right.
We want the light, and you know what I mean. You don't want the heavy stuff. So it's like, okay, let's do something fun, and move through your seasons that way. And sort of make it fit versus.
Yeah.
I mean, it's how when we were kids, like when back to school, and you would buy your school clothes and everything, and school was like September, and now it's like, in my son, poor thing, his August 8th is the beginning of school.
Yeah. So, we had that this year too. Is the 7th.
You don't get, you know what I mean? They don't get a summer anymore. They barely get 2 months, and it's over.
Right.
And it's still hot in New Orleans. I mean, it's hot as heck. And if people, they would go to the beach if they could, but no, they're all at work and the kids are in school. But but you know what I mean? Just like they pull out the Thanksgiving stuff, and it's like Halloween hasn't even happened yet,
Oh, no, please. Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like
going with the actual season.
Yes, make it fit the time. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
I like that.
Yeah, you can do a seasonal program. And this is something to feel into is, do I want to start my paid program in the fall or winter? Like, am I going to do a paid program in 2019 toward the end of the year? And do I want to do, you don't even have to decide this part right away, but just a general question, do I want to maybe do 4 times a year to have enrollment for my paid program and have a Facebook challenge that leads into it? Or do I want to do twice a year? It depends on the length of your program. Right. If your program is only a month long or 6 weeks long, then you could do quarterly.
Once a season,
But if it's much longer than that, if it's like, say, a 3-month program, which part of you likes to have that depth because you can go deeper, people have a little more time. Sometimes the first couple of weeks they're traveling or they have something scheduled, and so they get a late start, So if you did a longer program, like a 3-month, you might want to only do it like 2 or
twice
3 times
a year,
because you need some lag time.
Yes.
You don't want to burn yourself out with like, oh my God, I just finished last week and now I'm starting again in another week.
No.
Just forget that. You need balance and flow. So part of that will dictate the length of the program, will dictate how many times a year you want to do it. But you can figure that out as that comes. So let's do our prayer.
Yes.
Let's jump in and see what the guides and angels have for us. And then
Yes.
you and I are meeting again on Monday.
Yes.
So, it's almost like a 2-part session here, right?
Well, I was going to say, whatever we don't, we can always continue on Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
So I feel like let's set the intention and then give you the weekend to percolate on this,
Yes.
do some meditation, do some prayer, do some journaling, and just kind of see. I feel like what we're doing now is we're priming the pump and we're like opening the gate.
Yes.
And then you're gonna, using your tools, oh, here she comes, yay. That's good, because for this process, this will be helpful for our Gayle too. Hi, beautiful.
Yes. Hey.
Good morning, sunshine. I'm so glad you made it. So
Yeah.
Just to give you a little 1-minute recap, we're just about to start into the process, which is great. Your timing was great.
Perfect.
Yeah, I know, right? Exactly.
It's great.
So the
I totally forgot about it.
The 1-minute recap is what we decided, and you can hear the replay, later for the little bit longer instead of the Cliff Note version. But the process that we're going to do now is setting the intention and opening the divine floodgates for the clarity about how are you best going to serve and take your sacred service and your impact and your prosperity and your expansion to the next level for the second half here of 2019. And what we were talking about is basically you want to think about what paid program do you feel called? What is Spirit calling you to teach as a group program? You teach it live with a group. I recommend online, right? You can also do an in-person one as well.
Right.
But you have this group that you lead through something for 3 weeks to 3 months. Let's say something between 21 days and 90 days is kind of
Oh, that's good, because
right? And you want to pick that, let Spirit tell you how long is that group program. Yeah. And what your theme is, what the benefits are, what is it that what are their takeaways, in this period, what are they expecting to achieve and transform in this process with you. So you get that sense of what your paid program is, and then that will guide for you what your free offer is. So you do the reverse engineering instead of I feel like doing a free thing about this, and then maybe eventually I'll have a paid program that'll gel around my free goodies. Instead, we're going to reverse engineer it with what is my paid program? Where am I leading them so that I can serve at my highest level? Because I serve at my highest level with the people who are committed and who are paying me. They're the ones who take it seriously, who do the home love. There's an energy exchange and there's a commitment. So I want to focus on my highest level with my ideal students and clients, my ideal people. And then from there, I can back that up and go, oh, okay, if my program is about this, and I want to start it in whatever, October, November, whatever, September, whatever it is, then my free goodie should be this. So with Roxann, we're feeling like her free goodie would be a Facebook challenge, because those are really hot now. And maybe that would be how she launches her Facebook group, her first Facebook group, is people who are wanting help with this, which is the topic of the challenge.
Right.
A certain amount in the challenge. And then they get the more experiential to really help them implement and really help them make it part of their lifestyle and go deeper with the paid program.
Right. Okay.
Exactly. So now we're going to do the meditative process and the healing and the prayer for helping you both and everyone in replay land, perhaps, helping us all to open to that guidance of how can I serve at my highest level? What is it that's my paid program that's optimal for me in these next 6 months or so, and and then how do I then gently welcome the wider level of people who are the free tribe? How do I embrace them, and what's the best form for that to take for me?
Right.
So we start with the big picture, right, and the intuitive, and then from there we hone to the specific and the strategic.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's do it, ladies.
Okay.
Who's up for it? Boom! Woo! And all of that. We were like, 1, 2, 3, woo! Let's hear it. I'm going to make a separate audio for this because, you know, it might end up being one of those kind that we want to re-listen to, right? Re-listen. And Zoom has been doing well with the recording lately, but I always like to cover my tush.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Yay. Okay.
So how are you both?
I am doing really well. We're going to go camping next week on Friday for 4 nights, 5 days. It's kind of the summer's last hurrah. You know what I mean? Because then when we come back from camping, then we're going to we have game nights at our house. Maybe once every few months. You know, we have like a potluck, kind of seasonally. We're talking about seasonal. So this will be like the summer party. End of summer, we have the other families come over, some neighbors, some friends. Some of them are spiritual and we have business connections with Reiki students and, you know, coaches, students and whatever. And a lot of them are just from the schools, like the kids' schools, you know. So we just kind of blend the whole the whole community, and we play board games, we have wine, we soak in the hot tub, we have delicious food, you know. Sometimes we have like a fire circle or, you know, whatever. It's not like super woo-woo. It's not like, oh, you know.
It's just a social get-together.
It's just a social gathering, you know, for the season, and we have fun, you know. So we'll have that first weekend of August. And then it's just, hey, a week later is school for the youngest one. So we just want to have, you know, some quality time. And the camping, we're going to get the bikes. The bikes have been sitting there for a year. No one's ridden a freaking bicycle for a year. So it's on Mark's to-do list to recondition all the bicycles.
Yes.
Like, let's even see if they all fit everyone, like at this point, you know, like, do we need to get a new bicycle? I don't know. The youngest one might need a new bicycle. I think he might have outgrown it. So get the bicycle set, get the boats. We've got the blow-up boats.
Yeah.
Make sure all the boats and the tube thingies and, you know, get everything ready. All right. And then we're going to go camping. We're going to be at a lake, and we're going to bike and boat and just have hot dogs and marshmallows. Chill out and have some fun. So we're really looking forward to that. Yeah. So
what about some s'mores?
Yeah, definitely have some s'mores. And I'm really excited that I'm doing this survey, right? So professionally, I'm excited about the survey. I have not surveyed my tribe for like 6 years, which is totally crazy. And my virtual assistant, who's also a little bit of an online business manager, because she's actually been the virtual assistant for 200 online summits. Freaking 200. Okay, she knows what the deal is. You know, she knows what's going on.
Wow.
Got her finger on the pulse. But she said, "Oh, Sage, you haven't surveyed your list in 6 years. You're supposed to survey them like once or twice a year, honey. You know, because like your people, your gifts, they're coming in with different things. Your work is changing. Who you're attracting is changing. Like 6 years, like that's like crazy." So, so I'm like, finally, you know, it's like such a simple little thing, but I didn't want to deal with all the back end tech. You know, to me, that's just, I don't want to touch that stuff. So I told her, this is what I want. I don't even need a write-in section. It's just KISS. Keep it simple, Sage. Keep it simple. I want something people can do in 1 minute. Like literally 1 minute. People are busy. I want to know what they want to learn, but I want it in 1 minute. And she did. Right? And then I created this lovely gift, which is Clear Your Mind. You heard it. Thank you, Gayle, for it. I think you said you heard that one. Clearing your mind, revitalizing your energy. And it flowed so beautifully, creating it. Like, I'm noticing that the meditation audio and videos, just in the last few months, they've been flowing so much more easily. And it's because the angels write the whole script. I just go,
right, you just do it.
What are we doing? What's the topic? Oh, clear your mind, revitalize your energy. That sounds great. Who doesn't want that? Cool. And I said, okay, Saturday we're going to sit down, we're going to write the script. Boom, out it comes. 20 minutes later, it's done. Okay, I'm going to go have breakfast. I'm going to come back. We're going to record it. Boom. Done in 12 minutes, 12 seconds. I wasn't even looking at the clock. I came out 12 minutes, 12 seconds. So it's really, really nice, you know, to feel in the flow. So that's how I am. And my youngest son is learning how to drive, which is
Yeah, Aiden too.
Scary.
a little scary. I know. I'm like,
Very scary.
step on the brake, honey.
Yeah.
Angels, please protect. Oh, he's only been out 3 times so far, so he's really new at it, you know.
Yeah.
But he's a smart boy, and he's good with machines. He's got a good good connection with the machine people. So I'm sure he's going to be great. We're just kind of like getting through that, you know. So that's, you know,
Initial angst. Yep.
yeah, but it'll be good. And Aiden's learning too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's going out a bit more often, I think.
He has, but it's so funny because the day that we went to the movies, he did absolutely great.
Oh, good.
And the other day he was like, he wanted to go get a pizza. And I'm like, honey, the weather's kind of bad,
Mhm.
you know, this was before the storm that just happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, he's like, okay, I'll pay for it. I was like, okay, fine. So we drove to pick up the pizza and drive home. And he honestly was not as good as he was when we went to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it hadn't been like a long time, but yeah, I mean, I said, we're just going to have to make a point. I don't know, a couple of times a week. Just, I don't care if it's drive to the post office and back or something,
Exactly.
just to
Keeping up the
make him
practice.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like they have to get that mind body memory.
Yeah.
It's like a muscle memory,
Yeah.
you know, it really is. And then it becomes so much easier, you know.
Yes.
It's just a matter of practice, but they're going to do great. How's your granddaughter doing, Gayle?
Very well, thank you. I've got her today. Her
Nice.
going shopping, no, to work. And she'll be picked up about 2. So I thought we'd go and plant some flowers.
Oh,
okay.
Nice. That
Yeah.
sounds like
Put
fun.
it in the ground this time because if they go in pots, they end up dying. So.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, because she is only up once every fortnight or so they don't get watered and all this, that, and the other.
Okay.
Oh, that'll be nice. If you want to put some pictures up on the group after you've planted the flowers, I would love to see that.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
We were just talking today, and I did this like kind of mini, wasn't even that mini, it ended up becoming a moderate size bonus, Angelic Money Reiki, where I started earlier because we have so many European students now, like literally a third of the wisdom school is and I feel bad that they're
Clear
not
that, Gayle.
they're sleeping, you know. So I thought, okay, I'm a little bit free before we were going to meet. So I thought, okay, let's kind of just get the Money Reiki energy going, you know, open the circle, bring in the energy, the symbols. And we were talking a lot about nature and flowers that came in there. You'll even see an image in there of the flowers with the chakras and stuff.
Yeah.
So it is a theme today.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Good. So let's jump in and do our healing process. I'm ready if you guys are. Everybody ready?
I just want to tell you one thing,
Oh,
Sage.
yeah, please.
I looked at the survey and see I'm the person that would have wanted the write-in thing that time.
Oh, right. You can always email me. You can always
only
email me.
because I had done everything on the list, so I was like, how do I, you know what I mean? It's like, how do I choose, or how do I? So I just looked at it and I'm like, I don't know how to respond to this because I've done almost everything on there, you know?
Yeah.
I had the same issue, so I just asked the angels, what do they want me to do?
Yeah, good. Well, hopefully you could just figure out some to click that you're like, there's still another level, right?
Okay.
Yeah. You know,
I put down the second
maybe like
or something.
it's kind of like we can all always improve in all of them.
Sure.
But some of them will feel more relevant for you now.
Yeah.
You know, where some of them you may look at and go, you know, no, I'm good in that department. Like I don't really need any support. I just need building on what I've got. But some of them you will look at and go, yeah, you know, it'd be good to see the next set, you know. No, assume though, Roxann, because you know you're like, you know, one of my most advanced students. Assume that any support you would get for whichever ones you want support for would be at your advanced level. It would be like the basic level that you know, the new people get.
Right.
It has to be differentiated, you know. So
Okay.
it would be at your level. So maybe that'll help.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So when you come back, and then just trust what you click. It's not like anything's gonna blow up, you know.
Yeah.
Don't overthink it. Right? It's like, okay, I can click a few boxes, and then there we go.
Okay.
So, all right, good. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Good. Hmm. We are now setting our intention, calling in our most loving, most wise, most benevolent, most powerful and empowering, most enlightened and enlightening guides, angels, archangels, ascended masters, Reiki masters, loving ancestors, God, Goddess, Great Spirit, and our highest selves. And the intention that we bring to and with our divine team right now is, how can I serve at my highest level in these next 6 months? Or if you like, you can widen it to the next year. How can I serve at my highest level? God, creator, bestower of all blessings, giver of all gifts, light within all that is light and love and good. How would you have me serve on this beautiful planet at this stage of my development, at this stage of humanity's development? And we're really calling in the presence of Archangel Michael to assist us with this as prosperous goddesses, as women of worth and wealth and wisdom. Because the time for us to step fully into our power is now. And the time for us to shine all of the most divine and holy light is now. And from this moment forward, and from this time onward. And we're also feeling the presence of some of our spirit guide animals, our power animal totems. So notice who's coming to you to help you with this, because what you're really asking is, what am I here to teach, right? I am a teacher. I am a messenger. Yes, I'm a coach. I'm a writer. I'm a speaker. I'm a healer. I'm an empath. I'm a light worker. We have lots of ways of describing ourselves, right? I'm an intuitive. I'm a catalyst, and so on. But in truth, part of what we do is teach. And some of what we teach is being a sacred mirror for people. And some of it is literally handing them tools. And some of it is reminding them of the tools that they already have that maybe they didn't know that they have, or they didn't trust, or they didn't really use them enough or consistently. We're also showing them how to combine different tools. And as teachers of the intuitive arts, we're also helping people intuit tools. We're helping them become pure vessels and channels themselves and vehicles for the highest truth, so that they can trust when source, when spirit gives something new through them, that they understand that this is just as valuable as any of those other modalities and tools that they're certified in, or that they're not certified in, or that this New York Times bestselling author wrote about, or this person, The Secret, spoke about, or whatever. This moment of magic, that source plus them plus someone that they're serving, or maybe even the future students and clients, that will experience it later. Right now, they're in this moment of creation. You are in this moment of creation. What is it that your source would have you teach next? Just notice what words kind of float through awareness. Notice what images arise. And anytime you get a piece of the puzzle, an arrow of light, you might want to tap your third eye or make the OK symbol. You can tap your fingers together. Do whatever it is that you're guided to do, or place your hand over your heart or hands. Just do something that your body tells you to anchor this in so that you remember it and so that you understand it. And from here, you'll apply. You don't have to know all of the details. You're just feeling right now for the big, important pieces of information. What is the basic content? What aspect of transformation and positive life change do you really feel passionate about and excited about helping people with? And this might be something that's so obvious that you think, oh yes, of course, I'm really good at that. I'm really passionate about that. I feel like that's one of the most important things for people to do and to understand and to get good at and to really master. And I've been doing that for years. Or it could be something that's kind of surprising, something that maybe you haven't been giving yourself enough credit for, that you're better at it than you think you are. Or it could even be something that you would consider like a back to basics, like, oh, okay, yeah, I forgot, but yeah, a lot of people do need that. And I can help them with that. So just let yourself sit in the quietude, in the Goditude, the soul-etude. Go into your soul, go into your higher heart, and listen. I am here too. And whenever you're ready, dear beautiful sister, open your eyes, stay in the quiet, pick up your pen, pencil, and write down the words that are coming to you. Write down the rest of the sentence. I am here too. And there might be one thing that you write, or there might be several things that this is kind of a composite. And if you have more than one thing, this can be all woven together into one program, one offer, or it could be sequential, right? It could be first it's this, and then it's this, and then it's this. And this all becomes very crystal clear for you right now. In fact, the spirit of the quartz crystal is helping you have this crystal clarity right now. And who was your power animal? You might want to write that down. Or animals. Is there a plant guide assisting? Good. And the next beautiful piece of amazing truth that's flowing to you is the name of my next program is. The name of my next program is and another sentence that source completes for you is I am really good at helping people. And what's the rest of the sentence? I'm really good at helping people with. I'm really good at helping people heal. I'm really good at helping people understand. I'm really good at helping people shift. Just see what comes. I'm really good at helping people. And you're setting your intention right now that literally over the next 3 weeks, you get a tremendous amount of more information that is coming to you from your inspired, intuitive, highest, deepest source. About exactly what you're here to teach, to offer, to promote, to share, exactly how you serve. How long is your program? When does it start? When does it end? Who is it for? What's the right price? Or there could be more than one price. Maybe you have a one pay best price and a payment plan price. You might also have a regular price and an early bird inspired action price. They sign up within a certain time. So just notice what numbers come to you. Just accept them and allow them. You can write them down. And how many people, and you might get a range. What's the ideal number of people for this next time that you teach, lead, coach a group through this particular program? What's the ideal number of people? Good. And where do you find them? Where do they find you? Where do they hang out? What are some of the best platforms or strategies for you to attract your tribe and serve them? Help them empower themselves. Help them step into being who they really came here to be, who they really are. And what other clues does God, Goddess have for you right now? What are the other clues that you need? The other arrows, the other nudges, the other whisperings? What else do you need to know? Who can help you with this? What support do you need? What resources do you need? What assurances do you need? What's Archangel Michael telling you right now? Yeah, trust that. You have this woman, you have this sister, you have this goddess. You have this. Goddess got your back. And the angels have you front and center. You are being supported. You are being held. You are being coaxed, coached, and cajoled from your highest sources. And you're being supported. There's that word again. You're being supported. You don't have to do this alone. You're not doing this alone. You're doing this with support. Sure, you have support on the earthly plane. But even more important is the support that you have on the metaphysical plane, on the spiritual plane, the energetic plane, right? Because those helpers are always with you. And they have unlimited knowledge and unlimited power and unlimited love. They have infinite love for you. So much love. Because you serving at your highest level is amazing. And your affirmation to anchor all this in is, I am now ready to serve at my highest level. I am now ready to serve at my highest level. And so it is. I'm going to unmute you, and I'd love to hear you all say, I am now ready to serve at my highest level.
I am now ready to serve at my highest level.
Woo! Ed. How about you, Ms. Gayle?
Sorry, I forgot to click the unmute now. I am now ready to serve at my highest level.
Yay!
And so it is.
And so it is. Woo! Put that flag in the ground. Put that staff, that magic staff. Whew.
It's interesting that this came up today because I have put together a program that starts on the 7th of August and goes to the 18th of September, I think it is, which is local. And then there's an online program of the same thing, which is Introduction to Shamanism, from the 16th of September to the 31st of October.
Nice.
Or the 28th. It's one or the other. I'm charging $300 for that, so that'll be about $40 or thereabouts each class. And I have a workshop I'm running on the 29th of this month. It's $100. I've got 3, possibly 4 people now already coming, which is
Yay.
a first.
Woo! So
I'm not knocking that. I'm not knocking that at all. I'm very grateful.
You're already at a new level, just a month or 2 into this DAGA thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm astounded. Anyway, I'm very grateful.
Easy
So
to attract the people who want to pay you because they see the value.
well, the 3 of the 4 were or are people who come to my meditation on a Monday, so they know me.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
So that's really good.
Exactly. It's a logical next step that builds upon the meditation that you've been doing.
Yeah. Well, the other lady, I'm hopeful she'll come, and she's just moved to the coast. She doesn't know anyone, and she came in to the shop on Wednesday, not knowing whether she wanted a reading or what. So she asked me a couple of questions, and I told her what I did, and she said, well, I'll have a mini healing because that's really all I have time for at the moment. that goes about 15 minutes. And she was blown away by that. So she wants to come back and have a full healing.
Wonderful.
So gone from $30 to $333.
Woo!
So I'm really impressed.
Boom, boom. 10
angels.
times
Very
more. 10
grateful.
times, 10 times. Now we're going to 10 times that again. 3,000. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. Oh, look,
3,330.
I'm very grateful. So thank you very much, everybody, for all your support.
Yeah.
And my team's support and everybody else's support. I'm very grateful. I'm also speechless.
That's wonderful. Beautiful testimony of your success and your transformation and your alignment. And that's why this is called Divine Alignment Goddess Academy, because alignment, it's the energy, you know, and we can take all the actions and we can be trying hard, but we can feel like we're spinning around, or we can get aligned and get clear and then take the actions, and they might be the same actions, or they're even different actions because now we're more clear. So now our actions are more intuitively guided, and also the timing is better. You know, sometimes it's not that the actions weren't right, it's that we weren't aligned enough or the timing wasn't quite right. But now when you're aligned, you do the right steps and you do them with the right intention and the right energy, and you do them in the right time and the right order, and you get the right results. You get the results you want. Like, whoa, that was easier than I thought it could be. Hooray! So happy
I'm over the moon.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So look at that shift from $30 to $300, and now you have several people already paying at the $300, which is great.
No, they're paying $100.
Oh, the 100. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
but you will. I have no doubt that you're going to have as many people as truly is for your highest good.
absolutely.
Yep.
I have no doubt either.
Great.
So
Yeah.
I'm really impressed.
And do you need anything else in terms of support for that, or do you want to do a bit of that through email? Because we could do that too. You know, like as you're working on, say, your sales page, you know, for that, of how you're, you know, there's the workshop,
thought of a sales page,
and then there's the actual fully paid bigger program. I feel like for the online program, you'll need a sales page.
Okay.
For the local, you might not. You might just keep doing the outreach, you know, do a flyer, or you can tell people about it at the store, you know, and you can just kind of get the word out, you know, that way. You could even do some messages, some emails, some phone calls, and so and ask people to tell other people, you know, ask them to bring a friend. You could have even a bring a friend special or something like that.
Yeah.
So you can get the word out without a sales page for local events. Flyers are a really good idea, especially a flyer with a nice image that catches their eye, like, ooh, you know, that represents the energy, you know, like the shamanism energy. For the one in September, you will want a sales page.
Yes.
So, and we can work on that in August. So I would definitely.
What date in August is the next one?
Well, we need to schedule that. And so we have some exciting news, which is we have a new DAGA member. And
lovely.
You actually know her from Wisdom School. She is Anna. She's the Italian.
Oh, nice.
Lady. Yeah. And she's been in the heart seat a couple of times, and we're definitely working on helping her open the abundance energy and trust the value of her work. I mean, she literally saved a man's life with one healing. She did this one healing session for this man, and he went from being an addict who is suicidal to being completely free of alcohol and
wonderful
to enjoy his life. That's one healing session. So I mean, she is a powerful, you know, powerhouse healer. She's a wise woman. She's been a wise woman in many lifetimes. So we're working on helping her own that and shift that and magnetize it. I'm so excited to have her here.
That's beautiful.
So she'll be joining us. And she's in Italy, and you're in Australia, and Roxann's sort of in the middle.
So it's hard to get a time together.
We might have to do, I'm kind of feeling like I'm going to message you three, and we're going to find, you know, times, right? But it feels like probably the way it'll end up, because Anna's going to be doing, for now, she's going to be doing 2 DAGA coaching sessions a month, and Gayle, you're doing 1 right now, and Roxann has 3. So I think the way it'll probably work is, Gayle, you're probably going to have the once a month with Roxann.
Right.
And I think Anna will probably have the other 2 times a month with Roxann, because
Right,
I
okay.
don't think Australia and Italy time zones play very well together, do they?
No. If it's the same time as England, my 8 a.m. is their 11 p.m.
Right. So you're just getting going while they're
Well,
sleeping.
they're heading to bed or already there. Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
So you guys might have to end up connecting with each other through email, through Facebook Messenger, and supporting each other through the replays, you know?
Yeah.
So, and what I'll do is, I thought it would be nice to make us more official on the back end of things, and have in the member vault, you know, where we have Wisdom School, Silver and Gold and Angel Hub, make a DAGA in there.
Okay.
And then we can put all the replays
Okay.
and any resources that you guys need. It's not very curriculum based, so it's mostly coaching based.
Right,
you know.
right.
But there are sometimes specific things in the replays that might be perfect for each other, especially because you're not all, other than you, Roxann, who can be at all of them.
Right.
Theoretically, hopefully you will, right?
Right.
I mean, we're trying to structure this so that you can.
Yeah.
The other 2 might want to watch the replays of each other.
Right.
Yeah.
Excuse me 1 second.
Bless you.
God bless your cotton socks.
You didn't want to sneeze into your.
That's okay. Rome, Italy is an hour ahead of London. So
Okay.
if London is 11 p.m. at my 8 a.m., then they're midnight.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better in my summer and their winter, because I go forward and they come back. So it's 2 hours difference. So it'd be 10 p.m. or 9 p.m. Rome would be 10 p.m. because England would be 9 p.m.
Still kind of late though.
Yeah, it is late. Yeah, especially if they're early to bed people.
Yeah, probably she won't want to start then because it'll still be late. So here's what we'll do. While I have you 2 on the phone, let's find a time that works for you 2 for August. And then Roxann will coordinate with you and Anna for times that work for you 2 for August. And then I'll let you guys know as soon as we have the member vault thing with the replays. Meanwhile, I've been emailing you, the replays, and so you can get them all that way.
Let me grab my calendar.
Yeah. We'll schedule for August. I'll also send you the audio of the healing we just did.
Please.
My highest level. We're probably
Get a recording of this, don't we?
Yes, you're going to have a replay of Zoom, and you're also going to have an audio replay of the process, of the healing process, which is like a guided energy work, meditation, prayer, angelic healing. So you can re-immerse in that, because each time you do so, you may be getting different pieces of the puzzle, different light being shown on this and this one and this one.
I didn't have it down today, DAGA. That's why I didn't know about it. I'd forgotten about it.
We did actually have that in the Facebook Messenger. That's where we agreed to that.
Ah, right, okay. Oh, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying I forgot to put it down.
You just forgot to write it down.
Yep.
I had forgotten to write
That's
it down.
all I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Okay, so Gayle, what time was it for you when you actually came on?
7:42 a.m.
Okay.
Was that like 2:42 here?
Well, it was actually, I think it was like 4:45 when she got here.
Quarter of your 5, quarter of your 3. Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. What I was trying to figure out is a way to make it where it's not ridiculous for you, but you know what I mean?
But it also fits with you, yes.
Yeah, apparently 3 is not late enough, but if we did 4, let's see, I was late today too. I got hung up with the pediatrician and all kinds of things, and so I would say just texting me and I'm like, oh crap, is it this late already?
Yeah,
I was
know.
hurting you. I was hurting you kittens today. Where are my kittens? Where are my
Right.
kittens?
So we actually started at 4 my time, 2 Sage's time.
Yeah.
So
7 my time. Oh, that's good. That means I wasn't that late.
no, well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Would that be better for you? That's what I'm trying to figure out. How can we make this work without,
Well, I'm usually up around 6:30 anyway because I take the dogs for a walk, and if I sleep, they wake me up.
Well,
I
of
end up with
course.
tongues and God
Yeah.
knows what else.
Oh, my
They
2
give me
is
kisses.
Roxann's 4, which
Yes.
is your, what time, Gayle?
7.
7. Does that work for you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It works
And
well.
do we want to stick with one Friday a month? Because the other idea we had is once
Yeah, that works.
starts, we could actually do maybe a Saturday. I prefer the Friday.
Well, see, your Friday is my Saturday.
My
So
Friday
it
is
works
your
well.
Saturday.
Yeah, it works well for me.
Okay, and Roxann, is that going to work for you once a month after Aiden comes home from school at your 4?
I mean, there's no reason I know of offhand that
Okay.
you know what I mean. So we'll do the best we can. But I think
Okay.
that's
Okay, that sounds good.
so that was 4 o'clock my time. Looking forward. Okay.
So I could do that on Friday the 9th. I could do that on Friday the 16th. We do have Angelic Money Reiki on the 16th, starting at my 4, but we would still have 2 hours. We don't usually need more than 2 hours, so we should be okay.
So what day
or I
is
could do the 23rd.
17th, 23rd.
I could do any of those in August for our meeting, 9th, 16th, or 23rd.
Okay. The 16th looks really good. I mean, the 23rd is not like out of the question, but like 16th looks good.
I can do all 3, so it doesn't matter. I'll fit in with you.
Let's go with the 16th then.
Okay.
All right. So 4 o'clock.
You're 4, my 2, you're 7. Check.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Good. Excellent. And meanwhile,
That's 7.
I'm happy to support you guys. Roxann, I'm going to be seeing you, kind of almost weekly, so we're going to keep moving.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to support you too, Gayle, as you prepare things and you want to send me anything by email, to look at. You might not have anything like that right now, but like if you have a flyer, for example, or your in-person workshop and you want my feedback, you could even share it with Roxann too, if Roxann would like to look at that as well, or maybe even Anna as well. And we're happy to give you feedback on that kind of stuff.
Okay. Well, I put together
email or messenger.
Yeah, I put together a flyer, not physically. I just wrote it down. What came to me. I basically followed the principles of how, what, when, where, and why, and put that on the flyer. So
I would put why first. They're going to read the first part first. So you want a hook, like you can put a question at the top of the flyer, and then you could put the title, and then you might want to put more about the why, but you could also put the details of the what and then the when and the where. But then you definitely want benefits. So I think one thing people make a common mistake, I haven't seen what you wrote so far, right? But a common mistake is to focus just so much on the logistics that they don't talk enough about the benefits. So you want to have like bullet points of like 3 benefits or 5 benefits that they're going to get from this workshop. They're going to discover this, they're going to awaken this, they're going to release this, use strong verbs. Yeah. And what do you feel like are the main shifts they're getting? How many hours long is the workshop?
Depends on how many people come. I only have around 6 to 8 people anyway, because I need to get around to everybody.
Yeah.
And I supply all the materials. This is the one in July.
Your ideal vision for it would be how many people and how long?
8, 3 hours, 3 to 6 hours.
Okay, so it's kind of like an afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it starts around 11:30 and goes
till the afternoon.
Yeah. So,
Okay. And do you want it to be experiential where there's
it's always experiential.
so there's meditation, there's journeying, is there ceremony?
It's an art and movement through meditation workshop.
Mhm.
So it's going inside to find your music, what makes your heart sing, and then
Nice.
filling up on that music once you find it, and then it gets to the point where the body just moves, and you have to allow that to happen.
Yeah.
And you know there's been a shift when the movement changes. So then you sit down and draw what you're feeling.
Beautiful. Beautiful. So it's music, movement, and art.
Yeah.
Very experiential. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Very, very multi-sensory. So
Yeah.
that would be a good word to put in there is multi-sensory.
Okay.
You know, yeah, exactly. And experiential.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know, move the energy.
Yeah.
And what do you think that they will release? Are they going to release stuck emotions? Or are they going to?
Oh, they do. Yeah. They really
lose toxic energy
blocks.
and
They
patterns.
release whatever is needed to be released.
So shaking free, breaking free, shaking loose. These are kind of words. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Good. So have a go at it and then send us your draft. And then for image, that is really juicy. Oh, what's the title of the workshop right now?
Art and movement through meditation. That's the one at the end of this month.
Art and movement through meditation. It's almost meditation through art and movement. Art and movement through meditation. Art and movement as meditation.
Yeah.
Okay.
As meditation. I feel like as. Yeah. Art and movement as meditation. Yeah. Good. Just a little minor tweak there. But yeah. Okay, great. And you can have an image of you, maybe something with you either moving or with you doing art. Do you have anything like that?
I have artworks that I've done in my workshops.
Yeah, that'll take up too much space for a flyer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put an art.
What I do.
You put art in the background, though. I mean, if you have a piece of abstract sort of art, or maybe a piece of art that could be the main image if it feels kind of shamanic. But I want like a picture of you down toward the bottom with like a short bio of like what your qualifications are, why you qualified for this.
Well, I qualify for this because I've had lifetimes of doing it.
Okay, that's true, but you also want to put it in a little bit more left brain manner. So, because people, they buy based on emotion and intuition, but they also have to feel their left brain has to feel satisfied.
Learning Gestalt therapy, 3 years of that.
Right.
What else have I done? I've done dream work. I've done working with children.
And you've done art.
I've done six to 7 or 8 years of art. Yeah.
Beautiful. So these are the things that you put in there. We need a little short bio, like 3 sentences, maybe 2-3 sentences.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. Good. Yay. Okay. So when you have any pieces of that or all of the pieces of the draft, send them over to me. And you can also, Roxann, can she CC you?
Sure.
Okay. And then I'll ask Anna if Anna's willing to be a feedback buddy too, because it's such a small group. Everyone could be a feedback buddy for everybody.
Yep. Okay.
You all support each other, right? So I'm sure she'll probably say yes. That's my last question.
Okay, cool.
So good. So you will get that to us. And I think that we did a lot of good shifting today, considering our limited time. We did very well.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. So home love is to re-listen to that, the experiential piece today. And Gayle, your home love is making the flyer.
My draft, yeah.
The draft of your flyer. Right. And then Roxann and Gayle, your home love is to do that journal, continue that journaling, continue that divine conversation with your source about what you're here to teach and serve at your highest level, what exactly that is.
I want to ask on that one. I just have to ask because it was the funniest thing.
Yeah.
Of course I saw an owl because I always have owls, but I saw, and I probably won't say it right. You know the little dog Toto from The Wizard of Oz?
Yeah.
It's a, it's a little terrier, and I that was just kind of funny because he was there too.
Ah, that's cute.
And this is the statement I got was, "I am here to teach freedom."
Oh, beautiful.
Which is like interesting because that's always like a trigger for me, like the airport makes me nuts, all those kinds of things that trigger me. So I thought, how am I going to teach people freedom when I'm, usually trying to just find or be free myself?
Well, that's exactly why you're called to teach.
Okay.
Because it's a soul value for you.
Okay.
And the soul value that we have, it's like a lens through which we see the world. It's something important that we have to create in our lives. We have to have a good amount of that. And we like helping others with it too. So those can all be true. Yeah, absolutely. That's great. My I am here to was teach meditation, intuitive arts, love, joy, and healing.
Nice.
And I thought, okay. And it's interesting because the meditation's been coming back up a lot lately. And as you guys know, that was woven into higher consciousness and it's woven into wisdom school. We're going to do more weaving of it into wisdom school. But I was just chatting with my acupuncturist and she would love for me to teach a meditation class at her acupuncture clinic. She's expanding to a larger healing center, so she'll have actually a workshop space, and she's very familiar with my work. She's been a client, and I said, Wendy, I just keep getting like people need the basics. I'm happy to serve at these advanced levels too.
Right.
Like who doesn't need to get better at meditation? Even the advanced people like you guys.
Right.
There's always more to learn about that, So it's like interesting that just keeps going like here it is. Okay, intuitive arts, I've known that for a long time. Love, joy, healing, okay, it was like, okay, really? You want me to teach meditation again? Like, okay.
Well, but you know how it is. There's still so many people that are still on the third dimension.
I know.
Plane that. And
meditation is such a great gateway to like the whole world of personal growth and spirituality, And really, it was my first gateway. I come to think of it, which kind of makes sense because I was in a yoga class, taking the yoga class in high school for the easy A. I had no interest in yoga. I didn't know what meditation was. I knew nothing about any of this. I took it because someone said that's the easiest A for the elective. If you just show up, you're just a warm body. That's
just make an attempt.
Get an A. Everyone gets an A. You know anything but that, So
right. Wow.
Cool. I'll take the easy A. And she would have us do a little savasana at the end.
Yes.
And she wasn't, now looking back and with the retrospective of someone who's experienced all these things, right? She wasn't necessarily the best meditation teacher, but she just guided us to just be quiet and like follow our breath, and just like let the progressive body relaxation, just really simple. But I was going so deep and so high, I came out of there going, oh, wow, I feel like a new person. Oh my God. And I totally fell in love with meditation, from just that little silly little yoga class. It just like, wow. So blessings, I don't know her name. I don't remember her name, but blessings to my high school yoga teacher. I think she was like 22 years old. I think she was barely older than me,
Right. Yeah.
But she did what she needed to do. And we did the rest, she just gave that little space for it. And we went where we needed to go,
As one does.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, it's all good. It's all fun. And power animal, I got owl and wolf, and it's funny, Roxann, because you had owl and Toto.
Yeah.
So we're so alike, right? So that's neat. And then the quartz was crystal guide for all of us. And I don't know if you got a plant guide or not too, but so yeah, have fun re-listening to that. I better go grab a bite to eat before we start angelic money Reiki in a little bit. We're already in the zone though. We're already in the Reiki and in the angelic money Reiki zone, which is kind of cool. And we'll do that next time too. When we meet in August, I might start the money Reiki like funnel, you know,
Yeah.
or we have our DAGA, because then that way our DAGA is supercharged.
Yeah.
Nice.
On the 31st of this month over at Shaz's shop, I'm doing a talk on who I am, just so people will get to know me.
Nice.
And the things that I'm doing. So I've got to put that together as well. Can I run that by you?
Absolutely. Yes, send us whatever you've got.
And that'll be a good day because Mercury goes direct.
Oh, good. Mind you, Mercury retrograde is great for planning things. So that's what we're doing.
Revisiting, rethinking, all of those things. Yes.
Yeah.
And the big picture stuff. So Gayle, just FYI, sweetheart, I will be on vacation from the 25th through the 31st. So anything you can get to me by, like, say, Monday or Tuesday, I'll be able to get back to you before I head out of town. And I will have no internet because I will be in the woods.
Right. In a tent.
I'm camping in a tent.
That's good. No, that's fine. What I am here to do is teach foundations of spirituality.
I love that.
That's nice.
I love that. That has a nice ring to it.
Yeah. So that's chakras and pendulums and all that sort of stuff, crystals and whatnot.
Right.
So.
I love it.
Yeah. I mean, I did have a class because a lady was interested and then she moved away. So the class fizzled out. But I can put it back up again.
Yes, if that's how Spirit guides you, that would be the paid course, you know. But you also have a paid course in shamanism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is actually kind of more advanced than the foundations,
yes.
but it can be taken as a parallel. I mean, people could take it at the same time.
Yeah.
You know,
$40 a class.
Definitely put it as a little bit different, you know, because foundations, you're going to be talking about the energy center. You're going to be talking about spirit guides. You're going to be talking about meditation, intention, prayer. You know, there's a lot of pieces that go into the basics, and you can have different classes and modules for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Parts. You might want to make the foundations a prerequisite, but if you feel like they don't need a prerequisite for the shamanism, because it's introduction to shamanism, it's not advanced.
That's right. It's the 7 principles. Yeah.
They can probably take them concurrently or either order. You know, one and then the other, or same time.
Well, they can always do the introduction to shamanism after, at another time, if they wanted to do the foundation first.
Just choose one thing. You've already got your plan for your September for your introduction to shamanism, and then just plant your seed that, okay, then another course is going to be foundations of spirituality, or whatever you decide to call it.
Right.
Yeah. So you got 2 courses already cooking. That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, I better go eat.
Yeah.
Likewise. All right. I've got to go.
But I
my granddaughter. She's
my tummy is rumbly. So I will see you guys possibly over at the Angelic Money Reiki. If you can pop onto the chat.
I won't be there. Sorry about that.
You're going to be the granddaughter. Have fun.
Yeah, I will.
And you're all very much included energetically. Gayle, I already included you in the earlier part too, because you said you wouldn't be there. So I knew that. So I already.
Yeah, and I gave you my intention as well.
So we already did a lot for you.
Whatever I need.
Want to add any? Okay, intention, whatever you need. Got it. You got it.
Can I also add clarity around what I need to do for my courses, please?
Absolutely.
Yes, me too.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I feel like this was really good. And I'll get you the replay on this later today or tomorrow for the Zoom.
Okay.
And the audio healing, that the process that we did, I can get you that right away. Like, you know, very quickly. So, okay, wonderful, darling. We did.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Lots of love.
See you next time.
See you, Roxy.
Okay.
Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, angels. Mwah.
Yes. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.